So let's talk about college. So with college, um, I don't know about you, but one thing I learned from college when I was in, like, I didn't start going to college until after high school. So once I turned 18, I went to like college and had my first dorm. Um, I went to a college, just like a small private college up in Lansing. Um, and in that college, I was living by myself at the time. I had my own dorm, so I was happy about that all through the year, freshman year. And while I was there, I met a lot of few interesting people. None I have stayed close with, but a few that I have met so far. And while I was there, I was experiencing a lot of activities. Some of it I was kind of like distancing myself because I was still like going through some trauma in school that I couldn't like really like enjoy myself with other people because I was still like dealing with the flashbacks that I was dealing with at the time, and I had a lot. I see what it's like to party. I see what it's like to study, and I see what it's like to be with a group of people that you get. But as I was there, freshman year, I have to say it was a good year to experience. But once I got to sophomore year, because I did moved out of my dorm and went to an apartment, and sophomore year, I started to see a lot of changes, and a lot of people started to leave, and having a difficult time, trying to get money because I didn't start working until like around summertime of freshman year because I didn't really wanted to work at that time because I was under Social Security, So, but I needed money for food, and even though we had cafeterias, I couldn't like go in the cafeteria because every time I tried to sit by myself, people. I didn't, all the tables would be crowded up. Some people would want to sit with me, and at that time I was very distant, way before the coronavirus. So I just didn't want to interact with people at the time because I just like being by myself. I like listening to music. I like watching videos on my phone, and I just like eating. When I'm just being just with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable being with me. I just don't like. I just don't like it when people sit with me. I don't like people talking to me because I'm so used to that lifestyle, I'm not used to being with people because, I just, I think, I'm so used to being distant, like, growing up, when you don't have any friends and you don't have any, family members to stay close to, it's just very hard for you to stay close, So being with people, it just wasn't an easy thing for me because all I kept thinking about was, the times when people would push me away, just because they always thought I was annoying and irritating and weird. So I just stayed by myself. Which I guess you could say I'm kind of glad that we got technology now because once I started getting my iPhone for the first time, because I actually bought an iPhone for the first time in freshman year. I guess once I started buying an iPhone, I started to become more close with that than anybody else. But I'm not a hypocrite because a lot of people have done the same thing, but they still interact with other peers. But one thing I don't like to see is that you got groups of people, they got their phones out while they're with a group of people, It's like you're sitting by yourself, So that's one thing I just kind of do. But I do try to get involved in activities. But while I was dealing with those activities, I couldn't really enjoy a few things because I just felt like I wasn't close with nobody, I had a few people I was close with, but they ended up dropping out. So I couldn't really like spend time with them because they were trying to pay off their debt for school, right? So, you know, I had grants, so I didn't really have to pay nothing. But then, you know, after sophomore year, I started to lose interest in school, you know. But, you know, I still finished. So, once I finished school, I just, you know, just kind of focused on work because around junior year, I had to move back with my mama. Well, sophomore year, I had to move back with my mom because I moved out of the apartment, and then I moved back to my mama's crib, stayed with her for like 2 or 3 years, and then I got my own place on my own, as you can see right now. So it's just like, you know, with me, I guess you could just say that, you know, college was just, it just could have been, it could have been a good experience after freshman year, but not everybody's experience can be the same as the other one, you know? But I was still, like, going through it as I was there, so, what's my life after college? Just basically work, you know, trying to do other things independently, and some, you know, some things I'm going, you know, as you can see, I'm putting out videos on YouTube, and, you know, trying to figure out ways to do in my life, you know. I think if you really want to do something in life, I think you have to really persevere in something that you really want to do, and I just feel like going to school is just, you know, is only for people that want to be lawyers and want to be doctors and want to be something that they really actually want to go in. So, you know, if you really want to go, you know, you have to know what you want to do. And I kind of went for the wrong reason. I kind of went because of my parents. You know, my parents really wanted me to go, and I just didn't want to go. You know, I went because of them. You know, I needed a place to stay because my mom was kind of like, me and my mom was getting into it at the time, and I needed to go somewhere. So going to college, you know, the fact they had a dorm, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead over there. So, and God was good, you know, I had my own place, but, you know, I still had to deal with certain things, but I was just glad that, you know, while I was there, I was able to have my own dorm and meet interesting people, and then, you know, ended it right there, you know. 2 years I was on campus, and then around junior year I was off campus. So it was things going good while I was on my phone. Yeah, I mean, not my phone. I'm sorry. It was good things. Well, good things was going good doing online. Yeah, it was good because I was able to ride my bike in the neighborhood. Because I would ride my bike to, like, East Point to Grosse Pointe, Grosse Pointe to East Point. So, you know, of course, you know, staying with my mom at that time was very stressful because I never wanted to move back. But I only moved back because there was an altercation that happened while I was living in my apartment that kind of set me back from staying in Lansing, because I really wanted to, but it just didn't work out, you know. So it just kind of like didn't work out, but I'm no longer staying in that particular city no more. So where I'm living at, I can't reveal that information, but, you know, but I am glad that I'm able to be independent, and I'm able to make my own decisions, and I'm able to move out of my mama's nest, and now I'm, you know, doing things on my own to where I no longer can go back to the days I used to. So so that's the good thing about me, you know, going to college, is that I got the experience, got to meet new people, and I was able enough to and I was able enough to see what it was like, and you know, while I was there, I mean, it was difficult to get a job. You know what I'm saying? There was times where I had to skip class in order for me to go to work. You know, it sucked, but I had to do it all. But actually, you know what? No, skip class to go fill out applications for certain places, because we had this 3.5 hour class that was so long. I was just like, yo, I need to spoil this time. You know, I would go to class for like 8 to 10:45. So I was just like, you know what? All right, between 9 to 10, I'm gonna go fill out some applications. So I'll step out of the class and go fill out applications, and then come right back around 10. And unfortunately, I failed that class because I didn't realize that the teachers were paying attention to that, and because due to my attendance, so, and other assignments that I couldn't complete. But it was just one class though. But everything else I kind of maintained with a 3.2 and 3.5. So I was able to like maintain with that. But I had to hustle. You know, I had to work. You know, working in certain jobs, and you know, certain grocery stores, certain retail stores I had to work at. But no restaurants, because I can't do fast food. I don't have the mental facilities for that. But after my last job, I had to give up that job in order for me to go to another job back at the house. So it kind of helped, you know. But until I found an actual job that was really reliable, because once I found a job that wasn't really an actual job, it was like an independent work. Once I got into that and I became an independent contractor, it became a lot better, because now that I got an apartment now, so it kind of worked out. So, you know, there's a lot of info I would like to reveal, but you know, some things I have to keep low key, because you know, it was just something that I was really happy about, that I was able to succeed. So, and I didn't need a bachelor's degree to do that, but you know, or an associate degree to do that. So, you know, it just depends on what you want to do, you know. So that's the like short term of it, and to keep it brief on that part. So that was my experience in college that I kept brief on. So.